Hey everyone, welcome to Bodhi Life Crochet. Today I'm going to show you how to crochet the Happy Together purse onto these awesome wooden handles. You can find the small size of this bag on bodhilifecrochet.com, but today we will be making the large. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. I'm trying to upload a new pattern every week or so, and I'm open to suggestions, so if you have anything you would like to see, please leave it in the comments box below. So here are the wooden handles. I found them at Joann's. They're by Everything Mary. I get 2 circular ones. You will use a size USG 4mm hook. Here is the re-up yarn. You actually need 2 of each color. Here I'm only showing 3 because I forgot the 4th one. And here are all the supplies needed. So let's take a closer look at this Lion brand re-up yarn. It comes in balls of 2.5 ounces, which is 114 yards. Weight 4, medium. It says save the planet stitch by stitch. Recycled cotton saves up to 5,900 cups per ball. It's 85% cotton, 15% polyester, machine washable and dryable. It has great texture to it. This is the color aqua, and this is the color gray. So to begin this pattern, you're going to make a slip knot and slide the yarn onto your hook. Then you're going to hold the yarn as you normally would when you are beginning your projects, but you're going to grab onto the wooden hook, and you're going to go under with your hook, grab the yarn, and pull it back to that side, lift up, and then you're going to finish the first single crochet. For this large size, we will continue this until we have 52. I'm going to show you how to do this a few more times because I know it can look pretty intimidating, but once you get a hang of it, you will just kind of end up flowing with it, and it'll get easier the more stitches you make. Once you have finished, this is what it's going to look like. You can see the stitches at the top. They look like little V's, and you can move them around and readjust them to be on the top side of the handle. And this is the back side. Just wanted to show you what it will look like when you first begin. Here's what it will look like when you finish those 52 stitches. I'm going to take my hook out here and show you the top where all the V's are, and just show you how you can adjust the line. Sometimes it can get a little crooked, and all you have to do is just kind of push it to the side and mold it a little bit, and then it'll all be in a straight line. And once you're ready, we're going to start on the next row, and we're going to single crochet across this row. So insert your hook, and you're just going to turn the handle. We're not going to chain 1. You're just going to turn, and you're going to single crochet into the next available space right here. So insert your hook, grab the yarn, pull through, yarn over, pull through both loops for your first single crochet. You're going to continue this for the rest of the row in these little spaces. And here's what it will look like after you do your first few, and then you're just going to finish the rest of the row. On to the next row, we're going to do another row of single crochet all the way across the one you just made. So this time we will begin with a chain 1, chain 1, turn the entire handle over, and single crochet across as usual underneath these V's. So you will single crochet into the same stitch as the chain as well, because you want that to be a nice straight line when we are finished with these rows. Now for the next and final row of single crochets, you are going to do another one. So you're going to chain 1, turn your work, then you're going to single crochet into the first stitch, the same stitch as your chain, and single crochet across. Now I'm going to show you how I change color for the rest of the pattern. For the bulk of it, what you will do is finish your row of single crochet stitches, but then when you get to your final stitch, you will wait to pull through the yarn. So here we are doing our last few single crochets, and on my very last single crochet, instead of pulling the usual strand through, I'm going to drop that strand and grab the new color I would like to use, place that on my hook, and then I'm going to finish the single crochet stitch with the new color. To begin this row, you will chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Then you are going to turn your work. Then you will place a double crochet into the same stitch as your chain. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through the first 2, yarn over, pull through the last 2 for a double crochet. Next, you are going to chain 1, then you will skip the next stitch, and then into the next stitch you're going to do a 3 double crochet cluster, yarn over, insert hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through the first 2 loops, then you're going to yarn over, insert your hook again, pull up a loop, pull through the first 2 loops, and do that one more time. Yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, pull through the first 2. You'll be left with 4 loops on your hook, you're going to yarn over and pull through all 4. And that is what I consider the 3 double crochet cluster. So to move on, you're going to chain 1, skip the next stitch, double crochet into the following stitch. Chain 1, skip stitch, and then 3 double crochet cluster into the next stitch. Pull through first 2 loops, yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through first 2, yarn over, insert hook, pull up a loop, pull through first 2. You've got 4 on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 4. Continue this pattern for the rest of the row. On to the next row, we are going to repeat the same pattern across. So you will chain 3, 1, 2, 3, turn your work. You're going to place a double crochet into the first stitch, just above your last cluster. You're going to chain 1, then place a 3 double crochet cluster into the top of this double crochet. Pull through first 2, yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, pull through first 2, one more time, yarn over, insert your hook, pull through first 2, you've got 4 on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 4. Chain 1, double crochet into the top of the last cluster, chain 1, 3 double crochet cluster into the last double crochet. Continue this for the rest of the row. So you're going to continue this same pattern, double crochet, chain 1, 3 double crochet cluster for the next 10 rows, so you have a total of 12 rows. After you complete the 12 rows, here is what it will look like on the one side. I'm going to change my color back to the accent color, the gray. So I'm going to undo this last cluster so I can change out my color. So here I'm going to do the cluster, and at the very end, instead of pulling through this yarn through all 4, I'm going to drop that yarn and use my accent color to finish this stitch. So wrap the yarn around the hook and then pull through the very last one, and now we are back to gray. So the next row will begin with a chain 1. So here we are with our chain 1, and turn your work. And then we are going to simply place a single crochet into the first stitch, same stitch as the chain, and then single crochet into the next available chain space, and then single crochet into the top of the next stitch. into the next space, into the next top stitch, and you're just going to repeat this for the rest of the row until you have an entire row of single crochets. I apologize for the off-centered stitching. I know it's kind of down to the bottom right. It's a little hard to do these tutorials with the camera right above me, but I am getting better. So you will continue these single crochet rows for a total of 35 rows. So you will chain 1 and then single crochet in each stitch across. Once you are finished with your 35 rows, this is what the bottom of the bag will look like. It will ultimately be folded in half. So you'll see half on one side, half on the other, and we will just continue the double crochet, chain 1, 3 double crochet cluster stitch pattern on this side. So we will need to change our color back to the aqua color. To begin our next row, we will chain 3. So there was 1 chain, and 2, 3. You'll place 1 double crochet into the same stitch as the chain, chain 1, skip the next stitch, and place a 3 double crochet cluster into the following stitch. Chain 1, skip the next stitch, double crochet into the following stitch. Repeat this pattern for the rest of the row and continue it for an additional 11 rows for a total of 12. So once you have completed those 12 rows, here is what it will look like. Now it's time to switch out our color for the last time, back to the gray, and then we will continue with a few rows of single crochets. Once you have switched back to your accent color, you're going to chain 1, single crochet into the first stitch, the same stitch as your chain, and then you will single crochet into the next chain space available, single crochet into the top of the next stitch, single crochet into the space, top of the next stitch, and continue this for the rest of the row. On to the next row, we're going to do another row of single crochets. So you will chain 1, turn your work, then single crochet into the same stitch as your chain, and single crochet across. Onto the last row, we will do another single crochet, but onto the wooden handle. So we're going to turn our work, grab our yarn and the wooden handle, you're going to insert your hook into the first stitch, go under the handle, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. Insert into the stitch, go underneath the handle, pull through the first stitch, and then pull through the last 2 loops. Just like using the first wooden handle, you will get into the flow of things and you'll figure out how you like to hold the yarn and the hook and the handle all at the same time, and it'll get easier as you go on. And here I just wanted to show you what it will look like after your first few stitches. Here are the V's, and here I will take my hook out so you can see what it will look like from the front and the back. Once you finish all of the stitching on the second handle, you will see all of the stitches here. This will be the inside of the purse. So here I'll show you the inside, and then you flip it over. Here's the outside. And what we will do is fold it in half and then sew up the sides. And before you start sewing, you want to make sure that the inside is facing out before you sew, and then that will hide the seam. I leave about 1 inch at the very top, so it helps you when it comes to opening the purse. It gives it a little bit more room. So before you begin, you're going to want to use the corresponding colors, gray for the accent, blue for the rest of the bag, and just cut off pretty long pieces of yarn, and you're going to use your darning needle to sew. Here is one side all sewn up, and here's the little space I leave at the top. Makes it easier when opening the bag. and repeat it on the other side. Now with both sides all sewn up, leaving that little 1-inch slit at the top, we will need to turn it inside out to complete the bag. And here's the finished product. Here are the sides after seaming. Using the corresponding colors really helps. And this is the final look of the Happy Together purse. Thank you so much for watching today. Thank you for your support. If you like this pattern, please pin it on Pinterest and share on social media. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Bodhi Life Crochet and tag me in your creations. Happy crocheting!